craziness of trying to get on, I saw a notification. I believe that George put a notification in that Mary Quigg hit director. Is that like hot off the press right now?
That's hot off the press right now.
Mary, like hot off the press. I mean, I was literally like trying to find Heidi, and then I looked. I'm like, wait a minute, notification! I got to see what this is. So that's so awesome. Congratulations, Mary. I'm going to go downstairs because I can tell I'm annoying my family. But Mary, I'm so excited for you. And if before we get started, Mary, if you can just give us a little share on how that happened, or what made that happen, or how that came about.
Well, thank you. Actually, it surprised me. It was one of my consultants that is doing what she said she was going to do, and on her own. So it's really great. I've been helping others enroll, and I realized I only have one enrollment this month, so I have to get to work on some of my stuff. And it's been so much fun. I love working with everybody and meeting all of you, and it's just kind of happening organically. So it's fun.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So a group of us headed to Chicago this weekend for Super Saturday, and we picked up a few along the way. It was so awesome to meet so many faces and names, and finally get to actually give them real hugs versus virtual hugs. So if it's okay with you, I'll start with Heather Marie, who was our first stop on the way. And if you guys just, in the interest of time, Heather, if you'll just to give a quick intro about yourself and your story up till now, about Isagenix, and then your takeaways from Super Saturday and your pearls of wisdom that you gained yesterday.
Hey, am I on? Can you hear me?
You're on. I can't hear you great. Can everyone else hear?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm kind of a newbie. I've been with Isagenix for about 10 months and still starting my journey. I'm down about 40 pounds.
Woo!
Yay!
Wow, that's huge.
So Ricky and Tara picked me up yesterday or on Friday, and we went up to Super Saturday. We met a couple of the other girls up there, and my biggest takeaway was probably from our very first speaker, and it was Tracy O'Malley, and she kind of came up, and you could just see in her that it was going to be emotional. She was kind of giving people hugs on the way up, and her part that she was talking about was the why, and so we kind of learned what her why was. The one thing that kind of stuck out to me was that she said it's kind of like building a house. You have all these different layers and these different things, and some of them are frilly and some of them are fancy and some of them, are very exciting. But the main thing about building a house is putting the concrete down to have that foundation. And she said it might not be the most fun part, but that is the basis for everything. And that's kind of how it was with our why. When you're finding someone's why, you really need to dig deeper. My why was I wanted to lose weight, but there was a deeper issues. There was a deeper reason why. So we kept digging and digging and digging until you basically get down to it. And it's very emotional. And she stood up there and said, if your why or your enrollee's why or your potential people's why, if it doesn't make you cry, then you need to keep digging. And I cried 5 times when in her 45-minute speech. I know Ricky was crying. I think there wasn't a dry eye in the house. Everyone cried just because she was so emotional and she was so raw and honest. And we were able to really see what her why was and kind of be able to see how it changed through her journey. So that was kind of a soul searching thing for me, was maybe I need to dig a little deeper into, kind of why I want to do this and what emotions does it stir up in you, and just kind of go back to the people who are, getting a hold of me. Oh yeah, I want a little more energy. Okay, that's great, but why? So that builds the basis for everything else. We had the fun things that talks about, rank advancement and compensation and all these other fun things. And she said those are kind of frilly, more sexy. She was like, most people don't want to talk about the why or be the person that has to talk about it for 45 minutes. But when you're actually talking about it and focusing on it, it was so powerful. And I have not been able to stop thinking about her slides and her slideshow, and she talked about her family and her own personal struggles and things that she's been through, and it was just really understanding the why, and that can be the foundation for your business and for everybody in their journey. So that was my biggest takeaway. Everybody was great though. Events are great. The energy is great. The atmosphere was great. You learned so much, but that was the number one speaker for me.
Awesome. There's Heidi who's sharing.
Yep.
Pictures.
That's me.
And you guys, I had no idea, but Heather is, first of all, she goes by Heather.
I go Heather. I have a last name, yes.
She also is only 4'9". She's
yes.
so it's so crazy with it, you know, it's hard to really know that. But when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh. It was just such a treat. So thank you, Heather, for sharing. And
no problem.
For those of you guys who know Tracy, I think Tracy's battling her own health issues right now. So please keep her in your prayers. She has just been an amazing leader. She in what she shared. So I know Tara's trying to get on. She said it keeps saying meeting in progress. So I don't know if you have any suggestions. I told her to log off and log back on, but she's having trouble. So I'll try again. Do you have any suggestions, Heidi?
That's so weird. She should be able to still jump on. As a matter of fact, I'm looking. Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. And while she's getting on, okay. So if it's okay with you, Marissa, I know you.
Yes, Tara.
Marissa was at Celebration, so she saw the big picture, and then of course was able to see a super Sunday. Marissa, I would love for you to share. There's Tara, yay! I would love for you to share your takeaways from yesterday, and just along your journey so far with IceAgenix.
Sure. Okay. I started back in February with Angela Miller. She's the one who got me involved in IceAgenix. And so about, I think, June is when I did June Boom. That's when I decided to be a consultant. I've lost almost 20 pounds, and I'm working out 5 to 6 days a week, which I've never, ever done. And I'm a martial arts instructor. So I'm already physically active, but definitely out of shape, and didn't realize how out of shape I really was until I started at IceAgenix. My takeaway from Super Saturday was from Sean and Carrie Lynn Owen, because I'm from an entrepreneurial background. My husband and I, we run martial arts, and we have an online company that he built from scratch. So the hard work that you put into your company really resonated with me, and made me take a look at myself. And one thing they asked you is, would you hire yourself, like with your work ethic? So we juggle a lot, and we have 2 kids. So that made me think more about, what I do in a day and how I can, better my business. Something else they said is to, put in 2 to 5 years into your business. Most people do 40 years out of business to be broke, but are you willing to put 2 to 5 years of hard work in to grow your business and become rich? And that's part of that entrepreneurial, I can't say that word, but that mindset of when you own your own business, you have to put in the time and not reap the rewards right away. So, but in the end, it's going to pay you, immensely. And since I'm starting out, a lot of people who do this business probably think, it's an overnight success, and we get discouraged when we don't get that sign up, or that person doesn't get back with us, we want to quit. So it was nice to hear their story and how they did that, because they both had jobs when they started IceAgenix, and they shared their years. Their first year, they said they made $3,000, and it was enough to pay for a vacation for them. Their second year, they made $13,000, and by their third year, they were 6 figures, and by their 6th year, they were the 123rd Isogenics Millionaire. So that kind of, let me realize, just to keep doing what I'm doing and not to give up. And I've seen this picture before, and they shared this little picture. I'm just going to show it to you guys. I don't know if I can get it. I don't know if you guys can see it. Do you see that with the diamonds? It says, never stop trying. It has the diamonds. So I feel like that some days, like I'm really close and I want to give up, but just keep going and plow through, and it's going to pay off eventually. So that's my story.
Awesome. Thank you, Marissa. That was great. Thank you so much. And then sweet Jennifer, I was fortunate enough to meet Jennifer Friday night. We drove in and met and had dinner. So I got to know Jennifer, and just hearing Jennifer's story, I'll preface it by, of course, we all know to stay compliant. We aren't making any medical claims, but this beautiful light is across the table from me. And then she shares her story, and it was just mind blowing to me how much Isogenics has helped her. So Jennifer, without further ado, if you could share a little bit about your experience with Isogenics, and then certainly your pearls from yesterday.
Okay, I started Isogenics on January 21st, and I have tried like every fad diet that was out there. I had tried other diets that consisted of the 2 shakes a day with your healthy meal, and had not had any success. Had actually gained weight each time I had done those. And so I was just very frustrated and was very active. My husband and I own a grocery store. I work a full-time job outside of that, raised 3 kids. So I was like, I am very active, but cannot lose this weight. So it took me about 3 weeks to convince my husband, and I was like, just let me try it. It's a money back guarantee. And I promise you I'm going to stick to it, and I'm going to do it. And immediately within like the first 1 to 2 weeks, all inflammation was gone and pains were gone. And it was just like, this stuff's amazing. So I stuck with it. And so far I've lost 35 pounds, and I've kind of maintained there, and that's where I want to be. And so now I'm just more like, I wanted to go and learn more about how I can share this product with others. And once I share the product with others, how do I keep them? Like, how do I keep them focused like I was? How do I make them like love the products as much as I love the products? So my takeaway kind of came from like a group, like different parts of every speaker's talk, because they kind of, they told us, you're like, take from this a little bit from everybody, or take what you can use, which will keep you focused in growing your company. And so I jotted myself a few notes, because this is really nerve-wracking for me. But so my number one that I would say was, when building my team and recruiting new members, that I need to know their why. And kind of like what Heather had said, and I really need to know their why, and remember it for them, because we all are going to have setbacks, and we're all going to have things that are going to come up, and this stress or that stress or activities that go on, and we just don't stay focused on it. So I need to know their why, so that I can help them stay focused, or if I need to redirect them and kind of get them back on focus and be able to help them with that, then they can do their, like our setbacks then become our setup for our comeback. So that all just kind of goes together. And then as long as I'm knowing their why, then I'll be able to help them with their comeback and keep them going in the right direction. And then another comment that was made is, what we all do in the present and in this moment is what really matters. So it doesn't matter what we had a bad week, or we had a bad weekend, or we had whatever, we had a bad month. We're here and we're now in the present. So if we can keep all moving forward and help our team to move forward, then we're doing our part. And we heard one of the speakers, and I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names, so I don't remember which one said it, but she said that we have a responsibility to share this with others. And if we know how much it can help us, and we look at someone else and we think, well, I'm too afraid to share that with them, then we've just, we've really done them a disservice. And we owe it to them to say, hey, I know that you're going through this or whatever, this helped me in this way, and just offer it to them. Yeah, we're going to get a lot of rejection, and we're going to get a lot of people be like, you're a weird, stop telling me all about this stuff. But we still owe it to them to say, hey, here's this, let me tell you a little bit about it. And then just constantly be reconnecting with them, not freak them out, but just like touch base with them and let them know. And try to build based on that, finding their need, their why, and how can our products help them. So that, I guess, is my like overall kind of just some bits and pieces of everybody.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jennifer. That was awesome. And one of the things that Jennifer said to me was she was in constant pain, and it would hurt to even touch her skin and touch her when someone would run, touch her. And so when she's like, the thought of that made me so sad. And she said she could tell when she's, I guess, I don't remember what you said you ran out of, but you stopped taking some of it and it all came back. And it's just always a reminder to me of what a gift this is, and exactly what you said, Jennifer. Like we have this obligation to share it, and it's not up to us to decide. It's really up to them. So thank you so much. Okay, so Tara, I think I don't see. I don't know if Amanda's on. I don't see her name, but she might be under a different name or a phone number. Do you know if Amanda's on?
I don't see her tonight. I don't think she could join tonight.
No. I didn't want to skip her if she was on. So awesome, Tara. Got to experience 24 hours in the life of Ricky, and she has a perspective. And Heather got a little bit of a taste. And my secrets are safe with you guys. I know it. So.
Absolutely. We will not tell on you, Ricky, at all. But if you want details, I'll tell you next time we're all together.
Yeah, so I would love your input on your takeaways, of course, from yesterday and having your team there and what that's like.
Yes, absolutely. So first off, I want to say how grateful I am to the girls from our team that were there this weekend. So grateful that you made it a commitment, showed up to learn more about how we can bless others with this opportunity that we have. And when I say opportunity, it is such a huge opportunity. We're just getting started. This one stat that they shared, the VP of Sales and Marketing, Travis Garza, shared this weekend is Isagenix is in 1/4% of households. 1/4% of households. So this market, our market, is untapped. You may feel at this point that your immediate network is using Isagenix, and you're bound to run out, but that is so not the case. We're constantly meeting new people. And the reality is we are not a niche market. This is good for kids, and it's good for our grandpas and our grandmas. So it's good for everybody. And, as scary as this world is and everything that, the diseases are on the rise, everybody's going to be making this more a priority than putting it on the back burner. And we have a solution that we know works, and it makes people feel great, and it's backed by scientific research. So again, 1/4% of all households. So when Isagenix says they're going to be a household name by 2021, they mean it. They knew where they were going to be in 2017, and they're there. That growth trajectory is heading upward. And I mean, who would not want a piece of that? Knowing how it's blessed each one of us on this team alone, and how it's blessed others that you've introduced Isagenix to. So it's blessed others of, it's brought me closer to past friends and changed their lives in ways that, it just really shakes me to my core every single time I hear them tell their stories. So who would not want a piece of that? So one of the biggest takeaways for me this weekend is, it seems simple, it seems direct, but getting to the events. I struggled with this myself early on, so that's the piece that I want to talk to. You'll hear this from me, you'll hear it from Ricky, you'll hear it from Heidi, you'll hear it from everybody. But it is so, so true, and I know it's a sacrifice. I get it. I'm a corporate mom. I am a corporate working mom of 2. I travel for my job, and I'm away from my babies. I have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. I'm away from them more than I want to be already. So missing other things, missing more time away from them, my whys, that's hard. It really is hard, but it's worth it. So I can say, do what you need to do to get to the events with us. It's worth it. It's expanded my network. It's built my belief. It's solidified my vision, my clarity, and my direction, where I'm going, how I'm going to get there, and my why. And it's increased my income every single time. So it teaches you so much more. And it's not something that we can come back. We can share takeaways, but we can't show you everything. We can't put that inside of you, what we learn at those events and the bonding that we have as a community and all the dirty secrets that we learn about Ricky. Just kidding, Ricky. So again, it's so important that, you're there. You're not just selling shakes or a cleanse. You shouldn't feel like you're selling anything. This is truly a personal development journey with a generous compensation plan. That's what it is. A personal development journey with a generous compensation plan. So we are so blessed to have that. And the final thing is, staying consistent with what you're doing while you're building your brand and not expecting those overnight results. I love what Marissa just shared with, if you expect it to be an overnight success and a 6-figure earner within 3-4 months, has it happened in ISA? Absolutely, it has. Will it happen to most? No. So don't expect that, but don't get discouraged when you hit the hurdles and when you hit the obstacles, because you will hit those. Everybody does. It's just a matter of, are you going to be there the next day? Are you going to be at the next event? Are you going to be in the same spot? Are you going to be pulling more people in to bless them and show them the way? So just have a heart of service and go about it with a focus of blessing versus selling. And you and your families will be blessed beyond measure too.
Awesome. Wow, Tara, that was, of course, fantastic. So thank you so much. I just have to say, Tara, hats off to you, because I know that you travel for work, and I'm telling you, this girl was like, Ricky, we're leaving at 2:30 or 3 o'clock. It was all like last minute that it worked out that I could ride with Tara. And, she is just so committed to this business, to her team, to blessing others. And you're absolutely right. Your kids are your why. They're not your excuse. And, I can just tell you how, when you mentioned, I think it was a celebration, that you didn't want to miss another Halloween, that, like, to me, I'm going to start crying. But that to me was like so important, because I can imagine, and I know I will do, and we will do as a team, anything we can do to help each other to all reach our goals and to all, establish the foundation that we all deserve. So with that being said, Heidi, I don't know if you have anything else. I don't want to keep everyone, or if anyone has any questions, specifics, we can certainly answer questions from anyone about the event or about what they said.
Did I miss Heather? Did Heather already share?
Yes, Heather shared first. Dang.
This is recorded, guys.
Okay.
It's recorded.
Good job.
Awesome.
She didn't talk about your driving at all. But does anyone have any questions? I mean, going to events is so critical, and, getting others there with you is it's so much more fun to go with others and to have your team there, and experiencing it together. But if anyone doesn't have any questions, Heidi, I'll pop it over to you, and
well, guys, you know what? I just want to, first of all, thank all of you who shared tonight, and of course, Ricky, who hosted. And I definitely want to just reiterate what Tara said about getting to events. To me, it's my fuel. Just like these products, I say this all the time, that the products fuel my body physically. The events fuel and ignite my business. I love, Tara, how you said there's never been a time where that investment, it comes back 2, 3, 4, 5-fold when you go to an event and bring back that belief and start implementing what you've learned. And really, if you can get to like for sure New Year's kickoff, and for sure celebration, and maybe at least one Isagenix University a year, I just think it's critical, because you're going to learn in those rooms in a few days what it would take a year to learn in the nooks and crannies. And not only that, but it's it's so much what happens outside the rooms. So much what happens outside the rooms. The one other thing I want to go over, Ricky, is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I want to make sure everybody has this tool. And it's our product purchasing options email. You guys, as this becomes a household name by 2021, as Cherish shared so eloquently, we need to be prepared for impact. Okay, and that means we need to start getting organized. You know, you've probably heard the quote, luck is when preparedness meets opportunity. So have this on hand and make sure that when your new people, after you've learned their why, this might be the second thing you want to provide them. Because this email, whether you email it to somebody or text someone, or if you're a new person and all of you here on this call knows the content of what's in this email, it's really gonna give us a clear understanding of how to close someone, how to enroll somebody and set them up for success. We do not want to be selling shakes. We want to be selling systems. So I think everyone has oh, Tara, this one's not the right one. This needs to okay, this is something that was really bizarre, but we cannot have the WW in there. So it needs to look like, it needs to be, these go directly to Tara's website. So, you know, people are busy. If she sends this to someone, they can actually go to her, you know, click on this, and as you can see, it goes right to Tara's website, and they can buy now or sign up and save directly from there. And I know at corporate, they're working to make the sign up process easier and easier and easier. And this is going to be a situation, you guys, where, you know, really encourage you to start branding yourself on social media. Own it. Own it. You're a business owner and you represent Isagenix, and you're proud of it and you own it and you're in it for the long run. Because as this goes to, you know, it like Nike tennis shoes, you know, one person had them, I remember in 3rd grade, and by the time I was in 8th grade, every single person I knew had a pair of Nike tennis shoes. And that's how this is going to be. So make sure and be prepared and have this email. And everyone should have one. If you don't, please let me know. And then the next thing I want to talk about from just a logistic standpoint is Tara, some of you, I know George, Tara, I haven't even done it. I don't think Ricky's even done it. But I really encourage you, Heather and Marissa, everybody who shared, you have such a powerful story with Isagenix. And your personal story is going to resonate. Stories sell, facts tell. People are going to buy you before Isagenix. People are going to buy your story more than, oh my gosh, we have 70 trace minerals, even though all that's important. So I know that we are really campaigning to get everybody that is interested in building a business to add another element to that product purchasing email. And that's a video, a short video of you telling your story. We need to be compliant. As Ricky said, you know, we don't claim to cure, diagnose, or treat any disease. We are just simply food, but the body becomes a miracle and heals itself when fed with the proper nutrition. So we're not a pharmaceutical. We can't make any medical claims. So we have to be very careful about that. But anyway, I want you all to start thinking about this. I want you to start thinking about recording, and Ricky and I are going to help you with this, but you're going to be recording a 5-minute, maybe 3 to 5 minutes of your story, which you can, you know, you're out and about, you meet somebody you haven't seen for a while on coffee, oh my God, you know, at the coffee shop, and they're like, wow, you look amazing, Heather. What are you doing? Well, you know what? I'd love to share that with you. And then you can actually, but you know, right now we don't have time. I mean, people have kids and, you know, we're all in this vortex of life, as Lynn says. But you know what? Let me get your phone number. I'd love to share more. And you can, you know, send them a quick text with the link to your story. And then we'll have another video going through, and I have them, but I might redo one of the 5 pillars, you know, and of, you know, like the Isagenix, basically explaining what it is. You know, you open a wholesale account, it's systems to build a nutritionally sound body, etc. And we'll have that because I love the Isagenix movies and tools, but they're not personal. And like I said, people want to buy you. So that's, you know, that's really what I'm focused on this week for our team, is to start rolling that out and rolling out a situation where you each, you know, start thinking about it, practice it in front of the mirror, and then be ready to do a videotape and schedule online on the IsaDream team with either Ricky or I or whatever. Text us and we'll do a Zoom together. We'll introduce you. Oh, this is how, you know, and we can kind of tee you up. You tell your story, and then we'll have Jennifer, our virtual assistant, upload that video to YouTube so that you'll have a link that's universally accessible from any device that you can share with anyone across the world. So that, and then the one other thing is Paul and I are going to be going to the United Kingdom, specifically Bath, London, Bristol, Northern Ireland, Belfast. I want, you know, please start thinking about anyone you know or anyone that you know that knows somebody who wants to be involved with a company that is a billion-dollar company that has, you know, a completely paved road, tracks to run on, everything set. We're $1 billion a year company emerging into a brand new market, the United Kingdom, which is going to be the launching pad for the rest of Europe. So who are you looking for? Some people that are entrepreneurial. I loved what Marissa said. People that are entrepreneurial get this. No overhead, no employees, no. I mean, Isagenix does everything. All we have to do is open our mouth and share our solutions. That's it. So, you know, start thinking about that. We're going to be there from October 13th through November 4th. And, you know, I know like Ricky's, I don't think Elena's on, but Ricky's new rock star, Elena, put me in contact with a friend of hers over there that we're going to meet for coffee. And, you know, so start really thinking about that and use Paul and I. I just want to let you know, I love you guys. I would go to the ends of the earth to support you and do calls for you, do whatever I can. And Tara and team, you're absolutely, you're just amazing. Your team is absolutely amazing. And anything that we can do to support you, please, please let us know. So that's it.
Heidi, when are you going? What are the dates that you're leaving? I forgot.
October 3rd. Well, okay, we arrive in London October 14th, and we'll be there from October 14th to November 3rd.
Okay.
So a long time. And guys, you know, really think about introducing this as everyone can benefit from the products. You know, I would love to share the benefits of the products with you if you're into nutrition. It may or may not be a fit, but I'm really looking to expand into that market. You know, own your business, guys. I fully intend to have a multi-million-dollar business in the United Kingdom and Europe. And I'm looking for, and you know, you guys ask for what you want. Ask for share what you're looking for. I'm looking for somebody who is an influencer, somebody who has an entrepreneurial attitude, someone who's driven. I only need 1 or 2 people to get this going, but I'm really looking for someone I can partner with. Who do you know? You may know just the kind of person I'm looking for. And have meaningful conversations with anybody that you know over there. And we have a few weeks till we are going over there. So just start thinking about that, guys.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And thank you all for just being here and being you. And let's get this going and let's get to the next event. I don't even know. ICU in Arizona is next. So gear up for anyone you know that wants to head out that way. And cheers to a great week.
Okay, guys. Thanks.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.